This is so cool. I've seen this game. It just brings back a lot of really good memories for me about spending way too much time really late at night playing Star Fox.
I know, you can just see this like cinematic opening. It's so good.
All right. So as we're getting started here, we probably should talk a little bit about how this game fits into the Star Fox series for folks who maybe missed our digital event.
Right. This Star Fox is kind of a reimagining of the original or Star Fox 64. As far as it's not a prequel, it's not a sequel, it's just kind of it exists alongside that of Star Fox.
Yeah, I like it as a reimagining because it's going to be a whole new story, but there's a lot here that's really familiar, and then a lot of new stuff that.
I think you guys are.
Really
I'm using the gamepad. We're going to notice a lot of this split screen gameplay, and I was using it there to check in with my teammates. And people are going to, the voices are going to sound a little familiar. That's because we brought back a lot of the original voice actors, not just from the original, but from Star Fox 64 3D.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But again, this is a brand new Star Fox game, so those voices are going to have a new life, which is going to be really exciting.
And for some of those lines, the classic barrel roll lines, you got to keep those in to keep the fans happy. But there's also a lot of really cool new lines that
I like to shoot Falco right off the start, give him a little friendly fire there. Wake him up.
All right, so Morgan here is kind of aiming around the screen, taking these enemies out. On his on the Wii U gamepad, he actually sees the cockpit view, whereas on the TV screen, he's seeing kind of like the overview. So you can either use the TV to aim or use the gamepad to aim.
And you can see right away we've got some stuff that we've never seen before. Like some sort of giant saw blades. Boom.
Oh, careful.
You got to dodge that stuff, man.
I think Miyamoto-san will be very sad if we destroy the R-Wing on our first go out.
Not going to happen. It's totally not going to happen.
It's not a cheap piece of equipment, so.
Yeah, and it's really fun to switch back and forth between the TV screen and the gamepad screen here.
And not only that, the gamepad gives you kind of a finer amount of control. Not only a finer amount, but a wider amount of control. You can, if you actually tilt it straight up, you can shoot straight up while you're flying forward.
It's really cool. We're going to see some of that later when we get into the all-range section. And, people are going to, I think immediately you're going to feel sort of, this, we're going to see a lot of Star Fox Zero gameplay here on Treehouse Live, and I think people are going to be excited by things that are very familiar to them. Like this opening section, it's sort of, it's not really on rails, but it's classic sort of flying. We're going to see some all-range sections, and then we're going to see some other stuff, too, that I think is going to be really exciting.
Right.
And I'm really glad that during the digital event, we got to hear Miyamoto-san talk about the inspiration for a lot of the design here, because now having heard about the archways and the shrine inspiration, it's really interesting seeing the stage again and seeing it through those eyes.
Yeah, that's something that, obviously with playing past Star Fox games, you do a lot of, you fly under stuff and through stuff, but I had never really thought of it,
Whoa.
as
Watch out.
being like
that guy's waiting his whole robot life to throw that beam at me. I love that guy.
That's his only programming, is to throw.
So I'm missing there. Was that one of the girder throwing robots that you just destroyed? Like big guys who throw
I'm just taking out some trees too, as long as I'm here, why not? And you guys can see my hits counting up there. It's, it's that classic Star Fox. I'm racking up hits as I take down enemies. I'm getting more of those as I get combos. So
right, yeah. So if you do that charge shot, take out like 3 enemies at a time, you're getting actually more hits than you would if you took them out individually.
Yeah. Well, there's another one of those guys.
Careful.
And I'm not going to save Corneria by getting a high score, but it's going to make me feel real good.
You never know. And those rings, those are refilling your shields and whatnot as you take damage.
Yeah, I think if people at home, I'm actually switching back and forth quite a bit between when I'm looking at the TV or looking at the gamepad, and we've got that picture-in-picture, which is nice. Obviously, they don't quite know where I'm looking, but it's so much fun to sort of switch back and forth.
Yeah.
And we're going to see, here we go, we're going into all-range mode now. There's General Pepper. He's holed up in the top floor.
Switching to all-range mode.
In all-range mode, again, I think we got a lot of Star Fox fans maybe watching, but people that haven't. Now I'm able to fly completely around this area in 360 degrees. I can also use the ZL button here. That's putting me into target view, so check that out. I can bust out a really cool sort of cinematic viewpoint here. If you see my gamepad, I'm still in first person, but I'm able to use the TV to track a lot of these fighters. We've got a lot of enemy fighters right now. I'm going to get back to work here trying to take these guys down.
And that target view actually comes into play, you know, when you need to see where you are in relation to another object. Sometimes you can use that. Check the TV, be like, oh, this guy's behind me, and then be able to turn around and take him out.
Nice.
Whoa, watch out.
All right, so your goal right now, you have to take out 10 of these fighters.
Yeah, we got to take out 10 of these bad boys.
Almost halfway there.
We're working on it.
Nice, good job.
I'm going to get a little laser upgrade here. That's going to help me out.
And it's really nice when you're not playing this, just getting to appreciate the background. Just sort of enjoying the scenery, and it's like, oh wait, sorry, there's people firing.
Yeah, we talked about, you know, well, I've got, you know, Peppy, Slippy, and Falco. They're doing a little work on those 10 fighters too. I'm going to bust out a few moves here.
Oh yeah.
You go again. I'm using 2 sticks to fly, which might sound, yeah, you use 2 sticks, but you got to remember that original Star Fox, you had 1 control stick, and being able to use 2, I'm able to do a lot of, you know, I'm just able to do a lot of really cool fly moves, but also, like I said, flick the sticks to do, you know, a nice somersault there. Of course, if I do a double tap,
do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. Let's get back to work on these enemy fighters up here.
So you can also do like a U-turn.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Can boost, you can brake. So you're using all these different maneuvers to try to...
Yeah, I'm using my right stick here to boost. You can see my boost meter at the bottom of the screen, using up. Go ahead and...
come on, Morgan, you only got 2 more to go.
All right, let me fire up a charge shot here.
Nice.
I know I got to take these enemies down, but I want to show off. We're kicking the tires here on the R-Wing for everybody. Or, I don't know, kicking the tires. I don't know if that works. Maybe we're... I don't know what we're doing. I guess if Moyu has tires, it probably lands at some point.
All right. I'm really excited to show off the transformation here, so I feel like we need to hit the ground.
All right, I've got these containers opening up, and yeah, I think you can see I'm flying above these guys using my gamepad to target their weak points, but I'm feeling a little frisky, so I'm going to go ahead and tap. This is a big moment here. I don't want to give it away, but here we go. Tap the A button.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa.
Nice.
What's cool about the walker is you can, it changes your kind of maneuverability options. You can stand still, whereas in the
it is like I can just stand here. Suddenly I'm not flying around. This guy's coming right toward me. I've also got a hover. I'm going to use the gamepad, look down.
Nice.
That guy was not prepared for me to walk around like that.
Can we show its little strafing move as well? Because I think that just looks really
you can
cool.
See I've got a little. And of course, like any good Star Fox vehicle, you can always do a barrel roll, even if you're in the walker.
So you got to hit those red nubbins on the top of them.
Yeah, let me chase those guys down.
And one thing I think is really fun about the transformation, it's not just a different way to come at enemies and come at problems, but there's actually some stuff hidden around in these stages that you're not going to be able to find unless you shift into different transformations.
Thanks,
There's going to be some spots that are a little too narrow for your R-Wing to fit, and some other spots where it's just a tight fit, and you've got to know which vehicle you need to go through to get through there.
Just got a hot tip from Peppy that there's more coming from the shoreline. I'm going to fly above these guys. Get back into my...
He's shooting basically straight down at those guys, which is something you weren't able to do in past Star Fox games. But now with the gamepad, you can basically look straight down and kind of like be a bomber, do a bombing run sort of thing.
And it's a little easier to make sure you're not going to run into something when you look at the upper screen and you're like, okay, I can tell I'm not going to run into a building. Then focus on whatever's below you.
There's another one there. I just spotted it using target view. Whoop, watch out.
Oh, I feel like it's a little too peaceful right now. I don't trust it.
There's one there below me there. I'm using target view to lock onto him. And when I say lock on, I'm meaning lock on visually. I still have to actually do the work and aim for him. Whoa, buddy. Nice. Get off that tower. That's our tower.
Good job.
Always good advice from Peppy. Peppy never, he always comes through.
Yeah, Slippy, not so much.
I need to get back on the ground here. These guys are getting a little too close for my comfort.
I love that little move when it's coming down for the transformation. It's just like...
Gotta use that charge shot. Call out that charge shot.
Sounds good to do.
Nice.
Get off my tower. Phase 2 complete.
Okay, so these I don't know if at home you guys can hear the characters talking or not, but it's a really cool feature with the gamepad. They're doing this 3D audio thing.
Yeah, it's really, really cool.
So it's the weirdest thing. It feels like the characters are talking in, like whispering into your ear, like a headset.
Yeah, they've got it so when you're playing, the characters talking to you are coming out of the gamepad speakers, and it's so cool. The sound design in this game is really, really, really cool, and yeah, it really does feel like they're sort of in your helmet.
Right.
Yeah, that's
so I've got a problem here actually. I was talking about sound, and meanwhile, the Androsa dropped down. This is enemy. This thing's crazy. This is a weaponized flying fortress, I believe it was called. You can see that now that I'm in this boss battle, the TV screen has dropped into even more of a cinematic view, and I'm really like using the gamepad now to target.
This is one point I think is really interesting here, because there's that little tunnel you can see over on the left-hand side, and now you have a couple of different options with this boss. If you want to, you can stay up here, focus on it from the air, but if you're a smooth flyer, you can actually sneak in there, and there's some other stuff to do actually inside this boss.
Right. As you know, Star Fox fans know, there are multiple ways to complete missions in Star Fox games. You can have a mission complete or a mission accomplished, and that depends on how, you know, what sort of things you do during the mission.
This is another spot where it comes in really handy that you can do some separate targeting as well.
Whoa,
watch out. Crash. Careful there.
I got these lasers. I'm going to go ahead and sneak behind this guy, and I'm going to drop in on him.
Oh, nice.
Oh, didn't see me coming, did you?
Nice.
I'm going to ride that down. I'm just going to ride it. I'm feeling a little action movie style.
Oh, that was awesome.
Nice.
All right, one of these radar lasers left.
Boom.
Wow.
Well
I
played,
hope he's
Morgan.
below that chunk of debris that just fell down.
But he escaped. He escaped. What are you going to do?
It's always good doing General Pepper proud. He's just, you know, you really want to. He's somebody you really want to fight for.
Nice.
It's so good being back in the cockpit. It's so good being back. I'm so excited. Like, it's so good to have. You know, we had, like we said, we talked about Star Fox 3. That was a remake of the original, but this is the brand new Star Fox game. It feels so good, though. It's like everything I love about the original. I don't really want to give the controller up, but I think Eric's gonna.
Oh, you know, take a shot.
I'm not sure we want to fight on camera. We might get in trouble for that.
Yeah. And in case you're watching at home and you actually are going to be coming to E3, that Corneria mission is one of the ones we have playable here.